Hey guys, Tom from the Geek Tour here, and today I'll be bringing you the start of my Lego DC Supervillains Justice League Only Challenge Run. And a lot of today's stream is just going to be testing various different like ways in which we can try and get around some of the necessary villain parts. So well, my plan for this series is, um, if we go over to my custom character and look at it, you'll see affiliations, Justice League. I went through, remade this exact character, and went through the story mode again, just so I could get this character shown in the choosing the heroes side of the ending. So that means I can say at the end of it, chose to be a hero, got inducted into the Justice League because this challenge can only be done in free play anyway. So the post game stuff has to have happened, meaning that choice can happen. And this is purely because A, you do get the choice to be a hero in the end, and you can say you joined the Justice League, but also this character is the only one able to do energy absorption. Like, even amongst the other custom characters, I haven't found a way to give them that ability. And that is needed for quite a lot. You also notice that I took this back to only having what you get in the story. Um So, no flight, no explosions, no sonic, nothing. Just what you get from the energy pylons in the story. But I will only be using them on this character once we've actually unlocked them in a level. So, like, I'm not going to use electricity in the first level with this character just because we have that ability unlocked. Now, issues with this challenge are going to be that I can think of is graffiti. I'm not using DLC characters, so that takes Deadman out. So we need a way to get through graffiti walls. Another thing, um, what was it? There was another one that was only villains. I forget what it was. Oh yeah, Goon Control. None of these are heroic characters, so we need to find a way to bypass most of the. The only one that's really going to be an issue are the grapple walls. Like the trampoline and the bridges, they can be done just by flying over it. But the grapple wall's going to be an issue. The final issue is obviously going to be the toxins. So like the Joker laughing gas, the feared toxin, Poison Ivy's pheromones. We need to find a way to get around those. And with some of them, I actually showcased a way around it in the story mode. If we just... Let me switch to a flying character. If you'll remember, while I was streaming, I brought the characters over to this wall. I don't think it was this far up, but same difference. Switched into Scarecrow. and then just started lobbing these grenades at my custom character so that he could get stunned and pushed out of the bounds. Okay, that didn't work because this, like I said, this isn't the right spot. But we need to find someone who is Justice League that has that ability. So, let's see. I think we'll just start from the top of anyone Justice League International, Justice League Dark, any of those, which Aquaman obviously is, and just start pressing the B button. Okay, so Aquaman doesn't do it. You should I count Young Justice? You're Teen Titans anyway. What about you? Titans, Teen Titans. Okay, speed is an option. Let's see. Okay, that works. Now let's see if we can get it to... Fine. Destroy that. Okay, that's good. It does hit. Might have found our solution on like the second person. Oops. Need to be a little bit further away. Just need to know if this will push him through collisions. Because it doesn't seem to be knocking him back that much. Oh no, it is. So it did knock him through the collision. So that seems to work. Okay, I guess we've got... So we'll use Arsenal for the glitches. And just hope that in the levels, whenever we have to come across this, we either don't need the player 2 or we can get to a spot where player 2 will teleport in. Okay, let's go level 1. Start with the custom character. Now, in my week since my last stream, I have done some work on this. Like, I've been through this first level using just Justice League characters. I've been through... I got stuck on the second level. Like, right near the start. I moved on to the third level, could get through it. Got stuck on the fourth level, and... there's a part of the fifth level that I don't know what to think about. So, I know this first level is doable, just Justice League characters. Well, and the rookie. And I want to actually do as much of the level as possible. That's why I built that. That's why I'm going to use Batman to jump up the acrobat wall rather than just flying up there. I should probably, why? I hate the acrobat walls in this. But I don't need to do this because doing that just builds a thing to get a bomb character up here. And we can just do that with Batman. Okay, so why are you grid? I can't really control what the second player does, who they turn into or anything. But I'm gonna try and switch them off of villain characters if they turn into them. Okay. And we can just run in there. Ignore those two because they disappear. So I need to test something in this level that I didn't know about in when I recorded the gameplay for level 1 while I was on break. And that is things like this. Apparently, not Grundy. Apparently just any big fig can do this. Yes, okay. So that's... I need an acrobat. Give me... So I should have changed the the custom character into Cyborg. I didn't even think about that. But okay, that's another thing that we can mark off as doable is the boost pads. Don't need to wake that guy up. Pull this. Give me there. Most of this first part of the level can be done as Batman. Because we need to glide across, which Batman can do, and we need to use X-ray, which Batman can do. I think? Can Batman do X-ray in this? Also, you may be able to tell that my voice still isn't right, even after a week of barely using it. It's still husky and also at the same time breathy. This has been a really weird sickness. Because each day has been a different issue. So, last Monday, a week ago today, I mentioned that, Cyborg, get out of your big freak. I mentioned that my throat was sore, which is why I had some lozenges. Then I said I was taking Tuesday off because I had a shift. Same for this week, I'm taking tomorrow and Thursday off because I'm working. But, what was I saying? So I took Tuesday off, I went to work, throat was fine all throughout my shift. It hurt beforehand, it hurt afterwards, but while I was working, it was fine. Woke up Wednesday morning, was physically able to stream. I didn't have any breakdown um from my shift. Problem is, I had no voice whatsoever. Well, okay, I had a voice. It was just very, very gravelly, like it hurt to talk. And so I decided not to stream on that day because I wasn't able to. Then we've got Thursday, where I was able to talk again, but I ended up sleeping all day. Yeah, like I didn't even mean to fall asleep before stream, and then I woke up at like midday, and then fell back asleep till almost tea time. So that's why I didn't stream that day. Friday was well, Friday I just woke up, was wait, no, that was Saturday that I woke up and was sniffing and coughing so much. What day is it? What day is it today? It's Monday. That's what I thought. Yeah, so Saturday. Why didn't I stream on Friday? I don't actually remember. Huh. Saturday I was sniffing and coughing so much that I would have basically had to have had my microphone muted for 80+% of the stream just so it was bearable for listeners. And yesterday I just straight up forgot. Like, I lost track of time scripting out my rundown of the levels that I'd already done for this challenge. You get off of Lex. Like, I was talking about how, like, I was scripting out all the steps I did as just Justice League in this level and in level 3 and for most of level 5. I am going to have to redo a little bit of the level 1 because I'm probably just going to use these streams to do it rather than the individual level recordings. Okay, we can skip over this. And see, this is another one. This is the first part where we physically cannot do what the level wants us to because we're not using villain characters. So we could possibly find a way to jump on like the collision, get up on that little outcropping there to jump across it up there. Or we could just fly. Like, drop here, grab onto that, pull it down. Like, we can totally just fly up to the top of this building. There's nothing stopping us. But I want to do the levels as much as I can. Just obviously skipping over stuff like this, okay. So then there he is. I do wish I could flick backwards through the list. So we jump up here, switch to Green Lantern. And yet another thing that I really should have just flown up the top. Like, can I smash this like you're meant to in story, or is that only from the Harley launch? Only from the Harley launch, okay. Now, if I remember, yeah, that happens in story. I knew something got broken. I wasn't sure if it was gonna work because we still got the other people fighting on this level. But no, it ended up working. So let's go back to Batman. Jump our way up. The only issue I can think of now is... Oops, shit. Getting player 2 up here. Because they don't seem to want to be flying up. And I'm pretty sure we need both of them on this. Never mind. There we go. He made his way up here. Cool. And so that is the first level done of the Justice League Only challenge. Now, I know that this challenge is literally impossible to do using just Justice League characters. Like, there are too many things that only... Like, we need too many of the toxins to do this just Justice League. So what I'm going to do is put up a tally mark in the final video when I compile all of this together and see what the minimum number of villains we need to use is by the end of this. So far, the tally is 0 because the first level can be done entirely Justice League. Now it's time to see if Arsenal's bombs work the same as Scarecrow. Or more, I should say, is there any collisions that Arsenal's bombs can push us through? Every time I've loaded into this level in free play, in my testing for this challenge, it has given me Mad Harriet as the second character. I don't know why. And the reason I've loaded in multiple times is because I kept walking away from the security window, and that triggered the extra wave of security to come down and start firing at me every time I got near. So we can obviously use the atom to get through there, like, that's pretty easy. What I want to do is actually want to get rid of most of these just so that it's less annoying. I also want to try something with the shield guys. If no, because the shield guys would work the same as the bombs and would need a specific collision type to be able to. Because they haven't built. They've got that red outline where they'll whack you with their shield, but they've also got a charge ability that they rarely do. And that charge ability knocks you back massively. So I wonder what happens if you get hit by that while you're up against a wall. Because I swear there was one time it pushed me halfway into the wall, but I also could not replicate it. So now we can't get too far away from here. Now, give me Arsenal. Yes, get rid of that. I need to get on an angle where he doesn't target the door, but targets player 2. Might need a little bit of a... Why does it feel like that's not targeting? I need you to... That feels like... Why is he not getting stunned? There's no way it... Okay. Strange. So it works in the hub, but not in a level. You just shrink, don't you? Yeah. No, you've got your detective mode. I already know that. Black Canary? She is... I know she is Justice League, but I need to make sure she's marked as Justice League. Yeah, okay. Okay. But it didn't stun. I think the stun is needed. Note, it also does damage. Yeah, see, he's not... I'm going to test Scarecrow, since I know Scarecrow works at pushing through collisions. Get back on... Does his even work in levels? Because if it doesn't, then... Okay, that does work. So I need you to get into that corner. Stop targeting the door. Oops. Maybe... we put you in front of the door? No, I didn't think that would work. There's no way I could just punch you through, is there? This is taking longer than it did to get to the under the map in Smallville. Because I hit it once. There we go. Okay, he is getting pushed back into the... But that's the wrong wall. Maybe... Maybe if we come over to this corner. Well, that was promising. Less so now. Why is this so difficult? I know, because you're not meant to do it, but... I want to try switching off... Maybe if I just get right up against it. That almost had it. If these two hadn't have interrupted. I need to know if this works. Because if not, then that's two villains that we have to use. Because we need someone to use the graffiti. And then Scarecrow to do the... Okay, cool. It does work. So then we pull this lever, which opens that door over there. Okay. So we know it works, we just have to get right up in front of. And also, for some reason, Black Canary doesn't work. Who the hell are you? Yeah, okay. No, for some reason Arsenal doesn't work. Black Canary possibly does, but she doesn't seem to have much knockback. And it's the stun knockback that seems to be required. Because I'll admit, when I was doing the testing of this, I was trying to go through the big door. Just give me Superman. Hey, it didn't give me Mad Harriet. Fuck off. I just realized. No, there's no way that's gonna work. I also haven't tested the, final part of this level. I probably should have done that independent, just to see. The reason I'm destroying all this stuff is so that the things stop trying to auto-target them. Let's see, you can destroy that, destroy that. Okay. Now, you turn into Black Canary. Right up against them. See, it's the immediate explosion that the gas ones do. I also should probably switch that off of Superman because I don't know if he takes the knockback. So I want you back at Black Canary. Yeah, see, this one isn't pushing him back into the wall, even though we're standing in the exact same spot. So, that's another one that doesn't work. Let's see. Blue Beetle. Just League International, cool. You've got detective mode. Are you... I probably should have checked. Are you even... Yeah, you're just League International. Is Throwable marked as a ability? No. We'll also check with Arsenal. No, okay. So we can't just look at the characters. You've got a shield. I assume Dr. Fate's gonna have a shield as well. Yep. Let's see. Next one, Cyborg. He's got detective mode, I already know that. Donna, you're not... You're only Titans, yeah? Amazonians as well? Okay. Enchantress? With your Justice League Dark tag? No, you've got Teleport. Okay. Flash. You've got the jump forward. Let's see. There's also possibly characters that, okay, you've got one. That are marked as Justice League that I don't know as having been on one of the teams. Hey, you seem to have the same issue that Roy does. For some reason I can't hit player 2. You've just got a shield. You've got a shield. Let's see. You've got a shield. Has Huntress been on a Justice League team? Birds of Prey, okay. Hawkman. Well, I know Hawkman's been on the team. You don't have any B-Tap, okay. So I assume the same's going to be for Hawk Girl. Nah. Okay, next one along is Martian Manhunter. I assume you're just gonna have like the detective vision. Yep. Let's see. Plastic Man, are you listed as Just League in this? You are. And you shrink. Starfire? Teen Titans, okay. Shazam? Nope, you've got the teleport. And of course, that doesn't take me through collisions. I didn't think it would, but. Are you listed Justice League Dark? No. Actually, what is Superman's B-Tap? Detective mode, okay. Really not looking good. Wonder Woman's our last hope. Except for some reason, these ones are listed above the customs, despite them. Why are you not listed as DLC characters? You just. You'd have the things of your base counterpart anyway. Yeah. Okay, so. There are no heroes that can target in a level. That is weird. Creeper. Are you just leaking this? You should Task Force X, shouldn't you? Had you been one of the weird teams, you could have actually gotten us graffiti. Yeah. Even if I was allowing myself to use Justice League Dark, not Justice League Dark, DLC characters, none of the ones that we are in the DLCs would have anything different. Like, we could say maybe. Nope. The only way to do it is, do your T-spheres work? Nope, they work the exact same as Black Canaries. Ah, Cisco, do you? Yeah, that makes sense. What about this version of the Atom? That makes sense. Because I know this one can fly, but the other one can't. Zatanna, Bubble, Spectre, Detective, Constantine. Well, let's check Deadman. Teleport. bubble. Etrigan, can you do anything? Can you transform back into... No. Why did they not give him a Jason Blood? Form. What about the Swamp Thing? Can you do anything? You can sniff the air. Yeah. So there isn't anyone that can actually... Like, we've gone through the entire... Ooh, Red Tornado. I completely forgot about you. Affiliation Justice League. And you've got Detective Mode, okay. So yeah, it seems like we are going to have our first fail right at the start of level 2. But we're going to do it this way. That way, we're not also having to add a character in for the explosives. Like, this will put a 1 on the fail marker instead of a 2. So we now know that every time we have to, is she acrobatic? Yeah. Every time we need to, do the wall glitch, we need to add 1 to the counter. The rest of this should be doable. I don't remember there being anything that couldn't be done. Like, we'll fly up here, jump across these, smash both of these. Use Batman. Now we should be able to. Fuck off. Because he's a hero, we can just do this. Okay. Should be able to fly over that. Hopefully there's no good. There's no collision though. Why did I do that? I don't even have my second character here. Like, I could have just gone up and mind controlled that guy with Martian Manhunter. Where is he? There. So we do that. We'll do turn him big so that we can do the destruction thing. And there we go. After almost an hour, we've gotten through the first part of the second level. Now for something that I haven't tested yet. So the entire thing of this level is to get that gem off the top. Like, every weapon that we free for the villains is done in favor of getting to that gem. So, in how I said I wanted to do everything, I'll open that. Then we'll come up here. And we'll use Batman. To do that. And build the plane. Then it's... We can't do the Riddler one because that needs the battle with Nightwing. So give me... You know what? Let's just go Wonder Woman. Because I'll need her flight and grapple. We got the duck boat thing. Because we can come up here, but we can't do that grapple anyway. And then we'll just fly up here to put this together. Use the lasso to pull it down. Now, I don't know what to consider this, whether it's a fail or what. Because one of the rules that I'm setting is if the game forces me to switch into a character, then I'm not counting it as a fail because there's literally nothing I can do. So that's what I was getting at with level 5. When you're doing the run around the circle being chased by the Monster Man, the game automatically switches you to Joker and Livewire, and you cannot switch off of them. It forcefully switches, and you can only switch back when you are done with the chase. And I was thinking, if I can do those sections without firing the guns at the traps on the side, then I'm not going to count that. But if I'm forced to switch into a character and have to actively use that character, then I'm going to count it as a fail. Like, switching into, say, Two-Face to pick up this rocket launcher and then switching off of him because I want to use Batman to blow it up. I wouldn't count that as a fail. So, switching into Catwoman to pick up this gem, because there's literally nothing else that can be done, and I'm not actively using the character for anything, this shouldn't count as a fail. And the end trigger is not conditional to picking that up. Okay. Well, let's see. Give me... Where's Two-Face? There he is. Whether you want to count this as 5 fails or none, that's up to you. I'm going to, because I'm not actively doing anything with characters. Like, I'm not attacking, I'm not building, I'm not like interacting. Like, if I were to say use Scarecrow to fight Nightwing, I would count that as a fail. There we go. Okay. Where is play 2? So I'll do this. And then I'll switch off. I meant to stop on Batman. So I didn't use Riddler. Now this is one I'm not sure about, because I think this one has to be counted as a fail, because by the things I've just been going on about, I need to shoot down that plane, because I'm guessing defeating Batgirl is also counted towards the level trigger. So I have to use Penguin. Actually, yeah. Can I? Yeah, and I can't switch characters. Okay. So we need to count this as 2 fails. You can count it as 6. I'm counting it as 2. Because I don't know what the app that's used by other like speedrunners and all that to learn where the collision, where all the end point triggers are for when they're doing all their like out of bound glitches. So I don't know if there is like a dev exit for this level that I can glitch out of the map for. But then again, to glitch out of the map, I'm going to need to use Scarecrow. Okay. So that level is either 2 fails or it's 6 fails. Oh shit, Vixen. And it's a sense anyway, never mind. Can't believe I forgot about her. Let's go level 3. Okay. So I don't think we're going to be getting through all 15 levels in today's stream. Especially not with how long it took us to try and figure a way around level 2. But let's see. Tomorrow I can't stream because I've got a shift at the exact same time that I normally stream at. What's it called? Where's Flash there? Wednesday, I'm going to be starting a half hour early because I've got a doctor's call at 11. So I need to finish before then. So I'll go 7:30 to 10:30. Thursday I can't work because I've got a shift. Friday I can. Saturday I can. And the weekend. Well, I'm fucking teleported onto me. Good, now go away. Skip over that because it doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything to progress the level, I should say. Do that one. Thought it wasn't going to let me on there for a second. Where is he? Now, something I found out when I was doing the recorded version of this. You, can't fly in this section. Like, it just makes you drop, so... Build the cat. So let's go with Dr. Fate. That's who we were wanting. Because he's the one in the base game that can do that while also being Justice League. I mean, there's also Enchantress, but we'll use Dr. Fate. These. There we go, we get the grow and shrink ability. Right, there. Okay, so that's that level done. So into level 3, still only on 2 fails. I really should just call the challenge done once we hit, like, what is it, level 10? Is that the one where we, like, first get the Justice League members in the actual story? No, it's 12. Yeah, the Harley and the Ivy. Okay, skip all of these. There we go. Get off of the Joker. Okay. You I want as Batman, actually. Okay, that's phase 1 of the Ivy boss fight done. Nice. And now we want Superman. There we go. Did I just bypass the, like, ground trap? Nope. Okay, come on, destroy that. And once again, back to Batman. I knew I should have switched Superman over. There we go. Now this is where this level gets difficult. Because I can think of at least 2 instances where we need to be a villain. And honestly, one of those instances is just dumb on the game. There is a possible alternate route, but I actually don't see why that wouldn't work. Like, it's open air above where we are now. It's open air at the gala, like the little penthouse thing that it's at, so should be able to just fly up to it. Give me Batman again. Just so you don't bother me. Aquaman. Because if I remember correctly, that's not chlorokinesis. That is ground access. Okay, just don't latch on. Green Lantern. And there we go. That's as much as we can do without using a villain down here. Because this area, blocked off by glass. So we need a villain to get in here, because this is graffiti. So, let's see. We should just be able to fly up. Or not. Why? Why even have this wall here? I mean, it's clearly because No, there are people up there already. I was gonna say, it's clearly because there's a loading screen in the elevator, and that's when all the people up top get spawned in, but... And as you see, by going this way, we have to use a second villain as well. Seems every time that there's a level with a fail, it has multiple fails. Because there's also the next level where if I have to actively do something during the chase sequence, then that's 2 fails. Now this part of the level is just dumb. Like, we have a hero booth. That does not become active until we finish with the poison ivy thing. Like, I can destroy this. I can go through here. I would have thought that he'd be able to do that, but okay. Can do this, even though it doesn't really contribute to the ascending part. But because they locked the gate behind needing the pheromones done, I have to do this, which counts as a fail. And now, oh look, there's a circle down here that I can go and interact with. And the reason I still even need to do that is because this elevator needs 2 people in it. If that was open from the get-go, then I could just use one to explode the wall, use a hero to bypass that, and then just go up. I don't know why they decided to have it locked behind needing the pheromones done. I also genuinely don't know what the Deadshot panel does. Let's go, where is she? Enchantress. The only controversial character on this list being Justice League Dark. I could have just flown up here anyway, because anyone can hit that button. But that's another 2 fails added to the total, because they decided to A, put in that stupid invisible ceiling, and B, make the stupid decision to have that locked behind the pheromones. Even though that guard's in that booth while we're roaming around, and like, doesn't fall under the effects of the pheromone until we walk up and activate him with poison ivy. So in the way we did it, he didn't get affected by the pheromones, so wouldn't have been acting any differently regardless. Anyway, on to the next level. I can barely believe it. And this is one where most of the level isn't needed to be done. Or at least most of this first part. And I say that because everything across this gap, everything over there is purely to activate this. So we'll do that. Changing you out because we'll probably need Batman again. Okay, so we can't do that. So let's switch to Shazam. Oops. Or I could, just, where does it take me? Right, that doesn't take me up yet. That takes me up here. Like, I may be stuck in here now. Not... I hate the controls in this where it's like, oh, I'm tapping down. I'm only going to register it half the time, but... Anyway. So we do this, doesn't really matter. They gave me Adam as well. So look, we're up here. So Batman can do this. We don't need a free reverse flash, but we can. Batman also has a Sonic one. I'm just gonna fly because I'll be bothered with the acrobat panels. So we destroy both of those. Flip this. And oh look, all of that was a waste of time because it just brings the goons out. That was all done purely because I said at the start that I wanted to do as much of the actual levels as possible using just Justice League characters. Anyway, give me Batman again. I did forget that he had Sonic during the Star Loves level. Um, okay, give me Superman. Just so I can punch these people without having to worry about taking the damage. Now, pretty much everything down here is just to get that active to be used on him. See, this one's open. Why is this one so different than the last level? Because you'd think if the other one knew about the break-in and was hiding from the villains, then this one would know about the break-out. It would also be hiding from the villains. I have said many, many times throughout my streams that the thing that pisses me off most about games is when they're inconsistent. Usually that's like mechanics being inconsistent, but this is just a stupid thing. There, look, there's a Joker thing. Where'd you? Oh look, there's another Joker thing. And then we come up here because Batman's thing doesn't do explosions. Didn't give me anyone that had. Excuse me. Oh look, that explodes and then knocks down another Joker thing. Anyway. Now, is this technically using a villain? I say no because I don't have any control over him until after he destroys the things blocking our way. But the game does force me to switch into him. Because when he's done with his rampage, I'm going to be that character. So let's just fly up. Screw it. Flash. There we go. Why are you up there? You skip over this. Hi, Nick. Welcome in. You've missed 4 levels so far of this Justice League only challenge, and half of them have been fails. I haven't been streaming the Skywalker Saga because, well, the last week I've been sick as all fuck. Like, I did go through earlier in the stream and, like, map out each day what stopped me from streaming. But, there's also, I really can't be bothered playing that game. Like, it is not enjoyable for me. Now, I'm testing to see, can I do this without pressing a button? Because if I can, then okay, cool. Not counting that as a fail. The game forced me to be those characters. I did not do anything while being those characters. Not a fail. Doing that just so they don't annoy me while I'm trying to charge it up. Why are you here? Fuck off. Okay, we'll turn that. Now we need to wait for him to come back around. I think it automatically does it. And now we once again just let it autoplay. I would put my controller down on the desk, except it constantly vibrates and that makes an annoying noise. But you can see how I'm holding it. I'm not pressing any buttons. And also the fact that the only thing being shot out is live wires bolts, but still. Now I'm hoping that the part in level 15 is the same as this. Like when you fires Grodd off at Darkseid. Can I get through that without button mashing? When Reverse Flash is on the treadmill, do I have to do anything as him? Because if not, then I'm not counting either of those as fails either. Give me Batman. I have never had him do that before. Just wander off. Okay. Let me change characters. Thank you. Okay, and then Shazam. Because I don't think Shazam has toxin immunity. Toxic gas protection. But does he have like standing in it? No. Okay. I didn't think so. And just a word of warning, the level will softlock if you don't have him standing down the bottom when you activate that electric grid. Because apparently you're not allowed to leave that lower area unless the game has automatically made you climb that ladder. So if you just go down there and fly while you're charging it, you have to redo the whole thing. Found that out while I was testing some things. Okay, let's move on to congratulations. And there shouldn't be anything in this level that we can't do as heroes. Well, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't actually know which heroes can dig. Because I don't think Green Lantern can. Where's dig? Actually, you. Okay, you're not Justice League anyway. Vixen. Okay, that works. Oops. There we go. Well, that's fitting. Really? You just blew yourself up with that banana. Stop getting in my way. Okay, now there's more people. Why bother telling me to tap B if you're not going to work when I tap B? Is this going to work? Because sometimes it doesn't. There are times when doing those that I swear they only tested it with speedsters. Okay, just don't jump, I guess. There we go. Over here we need our heat beam. Give me Superman. Oops. Don't know what happened with the audio there. Okay. I've never noticed that that is the Aquaman voice actor. Actually, I'm going to switch into you. That way I'm not using telekinesis early. Really, Naboo? You can't heal me? Jump. Swing a couple times. Into the center. Might help if I actually hit him. Jump. Swing a couple times. Into the center. Also, it's Nobu, isn't it? What is the name of the Lord of Order that controls Dr. Fate? Because neither of those sounded right. Do I have to defeat these guys? No. Okay, throw your rocks. What? Ah, have to defeat him in the center. Ooh, this next, no, wait, next one's the Sinestro level, isn't it? Then it's the museum. No, this one's going to be an issue as well. Because we've got the fear toxin thing. This one's an automatic fail as well. And I think the museum one is as well because of the guard that needs the laughing gas. Because whether I go with the gas or I force my character through the um what's it called? Through the collision, both of those require one bad guy. I think this is going to be two more fails. That one's fine. That one should be fine. Don't remember about that, whether I need explosives or not. That one should be able to be done. That one should be able to be done. That one should be able to be done. And that's a question of whether I have to actively do anything with the Grod and Reverse Flush. I do find it funny that for my first challenge run, I gave myself one that is literally impossible. Okay, give me Superman to put out these fires. Okay, give me Dr. Fate again. Give me Batman. Should shut off the alarm. Back to Dr. Fate. Back to Superman. back to the custom character. Got it. So that takes down that force field. This is arguably one of the only two that don't actually need to be done. Because there's this and there's the one in the first level. There's also the one in the T-Rex mech one. So there's three that don't need to be done in free play. Hello? Do you not have mind control? Huh. Weird. That was not the one that I needed to do. Yellow, blue, green, red. Oh, fucking... Hmm. I'm gonna do this normally. And then I'm going to try and come back with something. This has nothing to do with the mixture, does it? No. You may as well be Scarecrow now. So this is what, fail number 5? Five from 7 levels? Yeah, it's that animation there as to why I think that won't work. Huh. Want you to be... Yeah, it actually gave me the good guy version. Oh no. Come on, you can do it. Bring out the shark again. Still not entirely sure if that is meant to be a shark. If you're not going to let me build, then move over to the highlighted area. Let me see something in that level that I don't think is going to work. Nope. Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. I was wondering if I could land up there, and because I hadn't done all the sequences beforehand, if I could sneak through that door. Problem is, I don't think that door works until you supply the electrical signal, which doesn't become active until you've done the fear gas thing. So that is another forced fail. So we're up to 5. And there's another one that's going to come in this level. Because there's no way to interact with this guy except for the laughing gas, the only possible way to get through would be to glitch through this gate. Problem with glitching through that gate is it needs Scarecrow, so either way, I have to use a villain. I didn't mean to use Harley there. I was too busy thinking this level's actually going to make us fail twice, because it's going to force us to be, what's it called? Black Adam and Sinestro in the final fight. And I don't know if I can change characters in that. Anyway, I think this is going to be the last level I do today. Because my throat is starting to hurt again. Why did it give me Eclipso again? You get to be Batman. Because he does that, and he does this. Honestly, I am a little surprised that there's been no other opportunity for us to skip over a villain by using Scarecrow, making it only one villain instead of two. Surprised there's only been that one time in the second level. So that's 6 from 8. Okay, we want you to be Cyborg again. Where is Cyborg? There. Okay, so we'll build this set. There. Yep. So 7 from 8. Come on. Come on. Drop the shield. Come on. Well, at least we don't have to do the second beam struggle. What happens if I... And he's dead. Yep. Okay. So that's 7 fails from 8 levels. Or 11 fails from 8 levels if you want to count each individual villain that we only used because we had to pick up their weapon in level 2. But anyway, we'll do the other half of the levels in the next stream. And yeah, that one should be good. That one should be good. That one I'm not sure. That one should be good. The only thing I'm thinking about is the Nanda Parbat one. I think we might actually need explosions in that. Like explosive graffiti. And I'm not entirely sure about that. That one should be good. Should be good, and I don't know. But we'll just have to find out how many more fails we're adding to the counter on Wednesday. And remember, I'm starting a half hour early. But with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.